What do we got? Are we slapping today?
We are indeed slapping.
Let's slap a number on it.
This is episode 304.
Blows my mind.
Well, yeah, numbers are hard. If you just cast your mind back, it was just a mere minutes ago we were recording the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's, they do tend to fly by. But the last time we did one was Slap Day 303, and we were on our way to Breakdown Station. And we were recording a TV Christmas Christmas song for the
KBTX.
Recording a Christmas song for their Christmas special, most likely to air on Christmas Day. Am I right?
That's what Delaney said, yeah.
So that was a fun experience.
It was.
It's nice to be able to do that. It's nice to be as well rehearsed as that. I don't know if anybody is. I know our Patreon friends have heard the recording, but we had a song. We have a song, but we just didn't like the way we originally. So sorry. Many thoughts, one mouth. All right. So back up a little bit. Blagmatic was recorded during the pandemic, so there was no shows and there was really no way to bounce the songs off a live audience and see what they did. Same thing with Every Day is Christmas. I wrote the song. I actually had the chorus years and years ago, but it was just kind of it was the melody. The words weren't in it, and then a good friend of ours had a life-changing event, and from there I was like, oh, I got it. And it was literally bitching about the thing that cost our dear friend's life-changing event. And I was like, oh, got it. And then song just came out. So with that, we weren't able to take it out and really play it anywhere. So we just kind of took it out as it fell onto the recording. And then after playing it live, I know I had become really disinterested in the tune. And I wonder if it's the same for people that do that, people that speak, public speaking, or comedians, or play, entertainers in general. If there's if something that they present, if it falls short of their expectations, if they lose interest in it quickly and dislike that piece, I'm wondering if that's a regular thing, because I know I personally just didn't want to hear the song. I didn't want to play. We tried to with the addition of Turbo when he joined, different, just to basically approach it from different angles and different feel and whatnot. So we last minute we got the call from the TV station and said, hey, would you do something for the TV? Absolutely. And there's another song that's kind of it's just about ready to go. It does need some lyrics, but the content's there and all that stuff. But it wasn't there definitely wasn't enough time to rehearse that and to play it live on a TV. Especially with knowing that we were going to get one take at this, we didn't want to do that. So we went back to the other one, smacked it around, and we got Honest Frank up there on the keyboards to come up and just add another little dimension to it. So really fun stuff. Really good to get in there and give it a lash.
Yeah, I like the way the new arrangement turned out. It's feels a lot more natural now, the way we're playing it, and I think it's partially just because of the people who are playing on it as opposed to the first time. I don't know, but like you said, we've played it out enough to know what's working, what's not, and which parts of the song needed tweaking, and so it's just got a much more bouncy feel to it now, and it's just a lot more fun, a lot more groovy.
Boss man, do you write the majority of your songs, the music first and then the lyrics second? Do you write have you written songs where the lyrics have come first?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. If I get an idea, and then the phrase, the phrase appears, I'll try to write something around that. And I'm in a holding pattern right now with one of the songs. I've played both of you the idea of this song, but I'm in a holding pattern because the phrase that I had originally has changed now, and so that it doesn't match the chord progression, which I prefer over the way that I wrote the phrase. But I was just in the woodshed with that phrase on a loop because I'm trying to the square peg in the round hole. So it's that essentially that trying to hammer that crap into a different shape. You know what I mean? So I definitely do them both ways. I prefer to have the music first, and then back in the day, I would go for a run with the new tune in my head and try to put those lyrics down. You know, preferably it would be music first and then lyrics. And I don't know if you guys ever heard of them. You're probably too young, but some friends of mine have a band called the Bee Gees, and they wrote their lyrics last always. Didn't even know what the song was about, and they would write these songs, and that's actually no help when you're writing material. You know, you're writing songs. You go, wow, I can't. I just can't. That doesn't help me at all. That actually makes me feel worse knowing that they came up with those. You know, songs like Tragedy and More Than a Woman, Islands in the Stream, all that stuff came after all the music. Damn you. So
yeah, Bowie's done that too. He hasn't always worked the same way, because I think he one of the things he liked to do was experiment with different ways of working. But I remember reading when they did the Tin Machine record, he didn't have the lyrics for most of those songs at first, but he would, while they were recording, they'd be jamming while they were jamming on the music. He would run off in the other room and very quickly write out. He was just so inspired. He would write the lyrics on the spot for the music that they were writing. So that always fascinates me. And Peter Gabriel has done that too in some of his early career. He would spend months working on the music with no lyrics, and then finally at the last minute he'd write the words. I just can't imagine. I can't imagine. Words are hard. Words are definitely the most difficult thing to come up with in my experience with songwriting. But it's funny because the words can influence and shape the song, as I think they've done in the case of Every Day Is Christmas too. Did you have when you wrote that, when you were, the way that it seems like almost the music is almost accommodating the words in a way? Like, did you extend it because you had more to say in that particular song? Or was the music for that? Did the music come first with that completely for the verses and everything? I know you had the chorus.
No, the chorus. Yeah, the chorus came a long time ago, and then the verses were easy once that life-changing event happened, because it was the story is, if you have a story to tell, it seems that I'll give you an example. I had a song or the song Sweet 16 that was written on the morning of the 16th anniversary of Blaggards. And it's just kind of, that's easy. Just take all these little bits and pieces and you just kind of cut and paste them and you throw them in. And I went out for a run that day just to make sure that all these notes or these words would fit within these parameters of the phrasing of what I had so far. And the line, inflatable, infallible, ego is unbreakable, keep your tires turning, keep the motor clean, that came to me in a breath, in just an intake of breath. It was like, whoa, and there's like, whoa, wait, what? And every single word of that meant something to me. It was little bit ominous, little bit camouflaged, but every single word in that phrase meant something to Blaggards. You can always kind of bet on the dark side. It's usually not a compliment, or if it is, it's complimenting something really, really, really treacherous that you have. You know what I mean? It's usually a slag, and I'm making fun of and harassing and evil, and it usually falls on that side. It's usually never, hey, nice hat, motherfucker. It's always it always tends to be leaning in the dark, lurking.
Yeah, no, that we've talked about it before, that song in particular has so much. There isn't one wasted in that one, as far as referring to different parts, different history of the band. There's either it's an inside joke or a veiled reference to one incident that only we know about.
Yeah.
So it sounds
Yeah.
like gibberish maybe to anybody else. It doesn't to us.
Yeah.
But it's funny because it reminds me when you mentioned that one line, it reminded me a little bit of, made me think of Bob Dylan's Subterranean Homesick Blues. Mom's in the basement cooking up the medicine. Yeah, just where she's just rambling for the entire song.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot more. Your song actually means something. Well, I don't think Subterranean Homesick Blues means a damn thing. It's just a stream of consciousness, gibberish.
I think the songwriting process is so cool. I did this project when I was 20 years old, and there was this band from Sweden called Pride Bull, and all the guys I was in this band with, we were just all fans. And the singer moved to the States, and I don't even remember. We got hooked up with him somehow, and he was like, it reminds me of this because I'm going through these boxes of old pictures, and I found a promo picture of our band and him. It was basically Pummel without Mike Janoff. It was him instead. And he's like, well, just write all these songs and send them to me and I'll put lyrics on them. So we literally went into the studio. I got to get my hands on it. And I think we wrote about 15 songs or something and recorded them all the way through everything and then sent it to him. And he's like, well, I like these two. So give me another 15. I was like, oh my God. It was just such a difficult process because you're like doing it long distance. You have no idea really what they want. You have no idea. You're just going in blind. So we were like listening to, his band from before and then our style. And we were trying to put them together. And I was just like, just write whatever you want to write. That's what I kept saying, because he's going to, you never know if he's going to like it or not. So, but
yeah,
just so neat how people do it. That's how he did it. That's how he did it with his
people. I think it's insane to sit and to toil over these words, which I'm doing at the moment because I like the tune so much. And I don't need to do that because I'm in the same way that Chad was talking about what Bowie would do. I mean, my lyrics change on a. I mean, I think I may have a touch of. Well, it's definitely it's 90% insanity, and there's got to be 10% of schizophrenia. I mean, I'm just even doing the live take in. At the TV station, when I did there's a line in the song, I'm higher than, on the original one, it was something high or something in my underwear. And then it changed to, when we go live, it was like, I said higher than Angel's underwear. In the studio, on the spot, I changed it to higher than Hosanna's underwear. Hosanna and the highest being some Catholic fairy tale thing.
That's what it was. Yeah.
And it was just, it's these moments that I just can't leave it be and go with that. It has to go. And it's not necessarily better. It's just that amuses me at the moment. So fuck everything else. It's going to be, it's amusement time. So just, if it makes me giggle or if it makes me, if I prefer it at the moment, that's what we're getting. It's just, I think we need a new lead singer is what I think. Fuck. It's kind of, I mean, it really does.
I think it's amazing.
You were doing so well. Why do you say that?
You tend to feel like a schizophrenic, like because I really did. I was concentrating on the lyrics so much so that I flubbed a couple of pieces in the song playing it. But I was concentrating because I was like, I got it. I went over it the night after. So we recorded this again, rewinding the tape. We all gathered at the woodshed the night before because we haven't played this song, and we definitely haven't had the new arrangement. That I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear if anybody's heard the original and if they've heard the last one that we did on the TV show. I'd like to hear, if they have any feedback or what they thought of both, blah, blah, blah. But we got together on the Monday night and then learned the new order of the song and the new feel and the new way we're going to play it. And I believe that might have been Frank's first or second time hearing the song. So there was a lot of faces in that night. but then the next day in the studio, as we were playing it, because that night I made notes on it. I said, all right, this, going to sing it like this. I'm going to talk this part. And I nailed it. I mean, I had it all ready to go. And then we get in the studio. I'm like, nah, I want to do this. And it's changing as the song is playing. And I'm going, so it's definitely a curse, but it can be really fun live because you do get some of those lines, where if the sound is good and people can hear the vocals, Rockefellers, you can really raise some eyebrows with those, with those new lyrics, I think.
Yeah. There's so many little nuances in the arrangements of the songs that we have that were never rehearsed, but we've done it the same way. And I say that we always say we don't play things the same way. We don't. There's always something that's different as we're playing it. We sing it a little bit differently, a little bit of different accent here, whatever. But there are little touches that, like for example, that Patrick and I always do together that were never rehearsed. What happens is on stage, Patrick he'll sing something a little bit differently, and I'll look at him and he'll look at you. You catch that? Right. Because I'm going to do that. There's this unspoken language like that. This is going to happen again. And sometimes I'll pick it up, at the same time as we're playing it, the next time the chorus comes around. Sometimes it'll be the next night, it's, this is a new thing. So we'll kind of, the arrangement would evolve with time, and we never talk about it. It's like, maybe we'll say, oh, that was cool. You did that. Yeah. I'm glad you caught that part, whatever. Most of the time we don't say a word about it, and it just happens over time. And so that's one of the things that's what Patrick's talking about when we didn't have a chance to take these songs out, that they don't have a chance to breathe. And it makes me, this is amazing to me, like listening to the way Stuart Copeland talks about how most of those Police records were made, if not all of them, that when they went to the studio, it was different. The first two albums were different because they were playing songs that they had been playing out on the road for years. But for a lot of the last 3 or 4 records, whatever it was, or the last couple of records, Sting would bring in the demo of the song, they'd listen to it, and then they'd play it, and that would be it. They wouldn't have a chance. There wasn't time to workshop it and on the road or anything, or, they had to nail it that day or that week or whenever, as they're playing it. And that is amazing to me that a lot of bands do that. I mean, that's not unique to them, but since we're such a road band, we're such a live band, it's a different language for us, that we've spent way more time playing live than we have recording. So it's a learning process. I think maybe we'll, now that we've got the woodshed, maybe we'll start, leaning a little bit more in that direction, more in a more comfortable way anyway.
Oh yeah. What were you going to say, Turbo?
Perfect example is Delilah. We would come out of I forget what section, but we used to kind of come out and we would hit the stop, and then we would hit real big. And then all of a sudden nobody said anything. Just one day live, you came in with this kind of softer palm muting approach, and I'm like, man, I shouldn't hit real big right there. And then I'm like, oh, I wonder if he's going to do that again, the same thing. And then now the song just changed that direction, and it's like, I love that kind of stuff. I love when you catch it, when you're like, oh, I got that, I got you.
Yeah.
That's
sometimes it gets a case of like, hey, that was really cool what you did, you should do that again, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not always spoken, though. That's the thing. It's funny.
Yeah, I mean, a little behind the scenes kind of, I don't remember behind the scenes gossip, I guess. I don't know when it was. I may have told you this story before, but I just remember a certain time, once I figured out, I went, oh man, Patty I need to be comfortable enough to where he can be flexible and bend. He has to be able to bend and move, and not kind of real stay the same, and once I kind of got into the band long enough where I got comfortable with that, once I caught on to that, and I went, okay, that's for me is when it changed. It was like all the, I don't want to say worry, but all the beginning building, it just like the gate opened up. I just felt so much more comfortable. And so that was cool.
Yeah. And you listen well as well, on top of that. So it's not a case of, I have to go, hey, check, watch this. There's times too where I'll go, I'll tell everybody, calm down, because we're throwing it down, and then I'll want to speak a verse, and so I want to take everything down. But really, it's not. It's getting to the point where I don't even have to do that. There's 3 drummers I can think of off the top of my head. You, McClune, and Edwards were able to just basically even watch a shadow of what I'm doing, even I mean, just anticipate this stuff. And all these, like we keep mentioning the unspoken language. It's an invisible, it's inaudible, it's ghost-like, but there's a signal given somewhere on some level, and it's the band reads it. It's quite incredible, and again,
Yeah.
Finding a drummer that's listening and watching, like holding down the phrase is, if your drummer's crap, your band's crap. That's how it is. But if your drummer's not listening and not, directing and, holding down the groove and everything, ends up feeling like all is for naught, because there's just no confidence, or at least you don't get that spontaneity. You don't get that freedom to be spontaneous and to be, in my case, goofy or just unpredictable. That's what I like.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. It makes me think of, a couple fiddle players we've rehearsed who insisted on coming in and reading the songs off the sheet music instead of actually listening to what our arrangements were. You just can't get away with that.
Great idea.
That mindset
Great idea.
in this band, no matter what instrument you're playing. But it's especially important for the drums.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But again, you just got to get good feel people, and people that feel good. If you get the guy that has to be smashed, or high, or you just got, you're yeah. He's Turbo needs that. He needs that invisible hug.
It's the arm. I reach up and I go, "Hey, boss. Hey, boss."
Yeah, he does. And well, we do have a special, very, very special thank you to our friend Melissa, our friend from Brenham. Just wanted to say thank you for the wonderful gift and those lovely words. I'm not going to do it now, but I'm going to ask permission to read the card. We just got a lovely card, a lovely gift from our friend Mel, who we've seen now in quite a few different spots on her birthday month, and we were just we're so grateful.
Yeah.
We're so grateful. We're just every day in this band. Let me start by saying, and also a big thank you to everybody that bought the merchandise. We've been posting our new gear, with kind of revamping the site and putting new stuff on there and whatnot. But we wanted to thank everybody for buying that stuff, and the wonderful gifts that we receive. It's never. It's always a shock. It's always a surprise. These friends of ours that show up from the gates, that show up from all over. They show up in all different zip codes and all different states, all over America. We show our friends that drive from San Antonio to Bastrop to Houston to Brenham to Galveston. I mean, to everywhere. These distances that people go. We see our friends from Houston and Brenham and everything showing up in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and all this, and then we get gifts on top of it. It's just it's so heartwarming, especially to somebody that doesn't have a heart. It's so thrilling, it's so wonderful, so beautiful, and it's so unnecessary, and yet people do it, and it makes me want to do this. Of course, I love doing this job. I can't do anything else, but I love doing this job, and it makes us want to, up the game, because it's so generous. It's so, I just want to say, Mel, and all our friends that have just been so generous throughout these years. We're so grateful.
Yes, we are.
Understood.
Yeah,
those pretzels were good too. Thank you.
God damn. Okay, let me say something else. I know I don't talk. I know I don't talk very much, but let me tell you something else. This is a confession, and I hope there's no offense taken by this, because pretzels to me are like stale crackers. I like, fuck pretzels. No. It's like decaf coffee. What's the point, right? There's no point. They're awful. Those pretzels, those chocolate covered pretzels. The best fucking thing I've ever had. So I had to kind of, it's like waking up and finding a Motley Crue song that you like. It's just what? It was that. I nearly drove off the fucking road. I said, okay, haven't eaten, starving, I'm dying to death. I'm going to try one. And I tried it, and I swear to God, I cannot say on this podcast, on episode 304, what I would do. But I'm telling you something. If there was a deer in the road, that deer would be pregnant. That was the best fucking pretzel I think I've ever. Anyway, I'm telling you. I was not expecting that.
We need to get an endorsements for this. People, this is why you need to get you need to endorse the podcast, because this is the kind of advertising you're going to get.
That's right.
Who can write ad copy like that? Nobody.
Yeah, so, you're exactly right. But yeah, you can only advertise to you can only advertise to people on death row. Yeah, the only place that advertisers would be able to advertisers on death fucking row or in like Turkish prisons or I don't know if Satan's doing any any marketing right now, but yeah, or what about Downy softener?
Hey, marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here. Look, Downy softener. I got my, it's all. There you go.
That's a bear that you killed this afternoon.
Yeah,
so good.
So, Trevor, you were a guest star on another podcast.
Tell us.
I went on a podcast yesterday, so it's on Spotify. It's called Olives and Pimentos, and Sean and Jen from Ontario, Canada, and so it's Canada-based podcast. And we connected online a while back, and he invited me on the podcast a few times, and I was unable to make it. But last night I was able to get connection, and power was back, and we got it to work. And so I think it should be live on Spotify. I think next week. I'll let you know as soon as it's
it's on there now.
It's already on? Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if he had things queued up before, but man, it was so easy to talk to him. It just flew right by. I mean, we both kind of love some of the old same punk bands. We're similar age, and we talked about Blaggards, and we kind of wanted to kind of talk about like my drumming journey. And but man, he was like, man, get Blaggards up in Ontario. He's like, that'd be awesome. So it was we got some friends up there.
Yep. We still have yet to hit Canada. That's true.
How did he find you?
Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
We connected on Instagram, and he had this guy Joe from Jughead's Revenge, and I got to play with that band back in the '90s, and had been around forever. And so I was like, oh man, I like this. And then I listened to a few episodes and kind of just, he has 100 and some episodes, I think it looks like. And I kind of went back and was just randomly picking through. And I'm like, oh man, this would be really cool. And he's like, man, you want to get on? And so I'm like, yeah, let's do it. He's all, man, we're just going to talk. And I was like, okay, no problem.
Cool. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Yeah, I'll share it online. I'll put it on my page. It was fun, man. The time flew by. I mean, we knew some of the same people, same bands. I was like, oh man, I love that. It's like reminiscent of my childhood. So it's good stuff.
Childhood. You're still a child.
My birthday's coming up, boss. How old am I going to be?
I know. There's a 5 in it, but I'm not going to tell you where it goes.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not going to tell you if it's the first or the third digit in your yeah. No, you're still a child.
Yikes.
The third.
I love it.
Yeah. Oh man, that's yeah. Well, we got to do something special. We got to do something special for your birthday. I'm thinking. Well, I guess I shouldn't say it. I shouldn't say it online. But we do. We do have. We've got a ton of people signed up for Ireland. If you're thinking about going,
yes,
and if you're on the fence, I would not wait. Why am I saying that? Because as you know, Doc only lets on the coolest of motherfuckers, and he's doing the same thing again this year. And it's if there were charts, the charts are in flames right now. There's no charts. It's just so ridiculous, the amount of coolness on it. I think it'll probably be the next episode that we'll be telling you my favorite pick for coming next year. I'd said it a few years back, but it's actually happening this year for definite. And I'll just the only hint is that they're going to be having a birthday around the same time as you, so I just can't wait for my my roommate.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I have a feeling this one's going to sell out probably before we know it. So get on board while you can. That's my advice to you.
Guaranteed.
I can't say it enough. My twin brother's coming, and I'm just telling everybody right now, he's the freaking absolute coolest dude on the planet.
Yeah.
Sorry, boss. He's second coolest. Second coolest dude on the planet.
Yeah.
So I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I told you he was going to be my roommate, but yeah, I don't want to scare him off. So no, he really is. He's just we met Turbo and we said, yeah, he's all right. But we met Kurt. We're just like, oh my God, this guy's amazing. So we're, there's going to be all kinds of mischief on this one. Just do it. Sign up. Come with us. When we say trip of a lifetime, this is.
Yeah.
You'll not forget this. You'll not forget this in 1,000 lifetimes. So get to it. Doc's Golf Tours of Ireland, blaggards.com/Ireland. Sign up. Don't wait. It makes a great Christmas gift. It makes a great, hey babe, I'm leaving you gift. It makes a great New Year's gift. Whatever you want to do, get on this tour. Get on this tour. This is the one. But we're going to be talking a lot more about that.
I want to tell people too, if you're thinking about coming by yourself and you want to go and you're thinking you come along, we have people we can hook you up with. We can share a room with. There's things we can do to help you out. And so if you're by yourself and you're thinking about it, just hit one of us up and we'll help you. We'll help you along the way.
Yeah. Adding on to that even, and then we'll just cut it off. Adding on to that, if there's an event, if you'd like to golf when you're over there, if you would like to do something that's not on the tour, let us know because we can accommodate that. We can hook you up with it, and you can go off for a few hours a day or whatever, and we can make it work. But the reason why we're saying that is because we're doing a whole lot different. We're going to have Dennis back on. We're going to have Doc back on here, and we'll show you why this is a trip not to miss. But just to let you know, your dreams come true in Ireland, but your dreams can also be have a little extra moisture on them. If you let us know what you want for, if there's something you want to go fishing, golfing, something on your own, or even with a group, let us know. We can accommodate. Doc is a fucking, he's the master. He's just, he should be the tourism czar for the planet. He's amazing. So trust me.
Yeah, we're going to have a special Christmas thing coming up soon.
That's right. We got a Christmas show on the Whip, on Backland Radio. We're going to have I think it's a 2-hour special.
I think you Patreon people will probably hear it first.
Oh, that's a guarantee. We got Christmas show coming up on the Whip Radio, on Backland Radio. It's at iHeartRadio. And we also have, our TV, our Christmas song on KBTX that's going to be on Christmas Day. We'll have a link to that. And also we have Turbo's birthday, which he is turning years old. And if that's not enough, we have Ireland waiting for you to sign up and get ready to roll. We're going to have the greatest time. 2025 is going to be just off the charts, amazing. So sign up and just, again, thank you all for listening. Thank you for watching. And like we said before, the gifts are so unnecessary, but we're so grateful. We can't thank you enough. So we hope to see you at a show very, very soon. Remember, this coming week, you're going to see us at O'Bannon's, at Sherwood, the their Yule celebration and Molly's. So check blaggards.com. And like I said, and also we have all those new shirts. We have onesies. We have all kinds of stuff on the website. So we appreciate each and every one of you and hope to see you very, very soon.
Yes, we do. But thanks, y'all.
Cheers.
We'll see you next week.
See ya.